When designing an adhesive part, picking your adhesive is only half the battle. You also need to make sure you choose the right liner to go along with it. Adhesive release liners are what die-cut parts go on in order to deliver them to their application, whether that can be manually applied or by automation. They protect pressure-sensitive adhesives until they're ready to be applied, and prevent premature sticking, contamination, and handling issues during both manual and automated assembly. So in this video, we will take a look into the different types of liners so you can know what liner would be best for your application. The first factor that determines what liner you need is the release level. In front of me are 3 different liners with different release levels: easy, medium, and tight. The release level determines how easy the adhesive can be taken off of the liner. As you can see, an easy release liner dispenses the parts with no problem, while a tight liner holds the parts better. This factor is important for many reasons, but it especially comes into play when working with automation. If your release liner is too weak, the parts could fall off while the automation machines are handling it, or if it's too strong, they might not come off at all. It's also important to remember that these are just a general reference guide. Your adhesive's actual adhesion to the liner is going to be relative to the adhesive's strength. That's why we always recommend testing. Next, let's talk about single-sided versus double-sided release. On a single-sided liner, only one side of the liner is coated with a release coating. This is what we saw earlier with the easy, medium, and tight release liners. This makes one side capable of bonding and detaching adhesive products. If you were to stick the adhesive to the non-coated side, it wouldn't release as easily. If you need to have an adhesive sticking to both sides of the liner, you can use a double-coated release liner, which has a release coating on both sides. This is commonly used when there's exposed adhesive on the part. It's also used to protect it from dust, debris, or accidental contact. Lastly, it's also used to aid in winding and unwinding of the material for materials that don't like to be processed in a roll format. There are a few other liner features that can make a big difference depending on your application. If your part is used in a medical setting, you may need a liner that is designed to go into cleaner environments. You may also need a printed liner. This can include application instructions, part numbers, or other identification information for the end user. Another common option is an extended liner, where the liner is actually wider than the adhesive part. This creates a natural dry edge or tab, making it easier to remove the part without touching the adhesive. And finally, there's the split back liner. This is where the liner is cut down the middle, allowing you to remove one half, so you can position the part and then remove the rest. This is especially useful for decals or applications that require precise placement. As you can see, choosing the right liner involves more than just sticking the part to paper. Release level, liner construction, and added features all impact how well your part performs in the real world. That's why working with an adhesive converter can help you get it right the first time, saving time, cost, and frustration. If you want to learn more, check out our Learning Center or reach out to us directly. Thanks for watching.